All right, guys, you know if Brian and Jay are going to be anywhere, I'm going to find them because these are some of my favorite people of the entire Drag and Drive community. You guys know that. I love you guys. When they came up, we're past the handshake phase. We were big hugs and stuff like that, which is always cool for me because I'm a hugger. So, all right, but I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to let you guys tell about the car and your experience, and obviously we want to talk about the trailer too.
So we have a stock block 5.3 LS that was built by Baker Engineering back home in Grand Rapids, and it's got center counterweight crank, Oliver rods, diamond pistons, Baker spec cam, and we got a power glide transmission built by Capizzi at Capizzi Automotive. Out back, it's got a Dana 60 with 354 gears. We run power glide, no gear vendors, so we do all the street driving, just with taller 29-inch rear tires. Roll down the highway, so that works out well for us. And we got a new geared intercooler. I'll let Jay talk a little bit about that. One of his good friends helped us build that, so we'll plug him. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. And then, so tell us about the intercooler because that was a big change. Oh man, we got people in the background. I've seen them in your glasses.
Yeah.
So
he's calling me a prima donna.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we're headed over to you guys next. So that's Ryan and
I'm
Tammy.
high on generator fumes.
Yeah,
It's all good.
it's awesome. So the intercooler was a big upgrade.
Yeah.
For this year.
Yeah. So last fall, what 850 guy doesn't want to go faster, right?
Yeah.
What drag racer doesn't want to go faster? And so last fall we did a rental at 131 Dragway, which is like our motorsports park, which is our local track. And we really started to find the limits of both the shocks, which I'll talk about a little bit, and then also the intercooler. So, just high inlet air temps, a lot of back pressure issues.
Yep.
This car, I mean, I joke about it, but I think it has as many sensors as most Pro Mods does. And so we saw, like I said, a lot of back pressure and high inlet air temps. And so we started, going to the drawing board. And we have a local friend of ours, and he's like, man, you guys use data to make so many decisions, and that's really...
Yep.
With a finite budget, which really we have, it's about buying the right parts.
Yeah.
And so we started looking around, and then I, of course, threw something out on Facebook. I'm like, hey, who's got luck with whatever intercooler? And a friend of mine owns Trick Tuning and Performance, Rob Sanders, hit me up. He's like, I can build you an intercooler. And I'm like, all right, let's go for it. So what's really cool is Rob 3D scanned the front end of the car, all of our mount points, all of our tie-in points and stuff like that, such that we didn't really have to we had to stand the radiator up just a little bit because the intercooler core itself got wider or thicker. But the mount points and everything, he designed them in CAD. They were CNC'd on his on his machine.
Nice.
And so it bolts back into the exact same location. And then he helped us out with some of the charge piping and stuff like that because we were kind of on a tight timeline. We really wanted to get it done and ready for Sick Week. And then it was the week before, and we're like, we don't have an opportunity to test. And so us being just trying to be so consistent, we put all the treadstone stuff back in it. We put the old shocks back in it. Because that's the other upgrade that we did over the winter too, is we went, worked with Eric at AFCO and Lakeshore Custom Suspension, which is a local shop for us. They do a lot of circle track stuff, but they've dived into the straight line stuff a little bit. And we got AFCO shocks spec for the car, and just a small amount of testing where we've really leaned on the car. Wow, what a difference.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit off camera. We won't get into some of that behind the scenes stuff, but a lot more power, a lot more capable setup here, and that just opens your tuning window up so much wider.
Oh, significantly.
Yep.
Yeah, a car that we really... The car went $799 on 26 pounds of boost, and went $798 on 30 pounds of boost.
Wow.
I mean, so the car wasn't making any more power with more boost.
Yep.
And you just know you're at your limits then. So.
Right. So, and then the shock change also came with the trailer change on all of this. Why the trailer, and then what other changes kind of came with that?
So we used to do a cargo basket behind the car, and we, over the years, added a few things here and there, which started adding weight. And then we realized after events that our shocks were bottoming out. And then at one point last year at Dragway, we broke the hitch. Had to find someone to weld it.
Right. I remember
Yeah,
that.
so that was probably the real struggle, where we probably needed to take weight away with bringing less or go to a trailer. So, and then the AFCO shocks being as expensive as they are, I mean, I had like Calvert, just a budget shock on the back.
Yep.
But now that it has high dollar shocks, I definitely don't want to put any more strain on those.
Yep.
So we control the tongue weight. We really are cautious with that with the trailer. The car steers better, drives better. We had a lot of weight in the back the previous 2 years of drag and drives. But
That's awesome. And so this is y'all's third event this year, right?
Yes.
So we need
third drag and drive style event. Yes.
Yep. You guys have done some other 850 racing and stuff like that. We talked earlier about the folks at home that help you guys do this. So why don't you guys give them a quick shout out, and then we'll bust out of here.
So kind of just top to bottom, we hashtag them all the time. But Baker Engineering with the long block, TJ and the team up there. I mean, camshaft wizardry when it comes to the LS stuff. Capizzi Automotive does the trans, and John does the power tuning on the car. He's got a dyno there at his shop. I mentioned Eric at AFCO helped us out quite a bit, which is Lakeshore Custom Suspensions. Sleep Doctor Mattress helps us out with some stuff. He actually has a clone to Brian's car that we built, or that my shop built. It's got Billet Specialties wheels on it, so we've got Glenn has helped us out with some stuff. So we've got kind of a drag pack wheel that we run on it when we're doing more like the 7-second index race or 7-second racing and stuff like that. And that's got single bead locks on the back. Trick tuning and performance. Tom at Fuel Injector Development. It's got a 91 mil turbo. I don't know if Brian mentioned that. It's got a 91 mil charger on it. And then it's got Holly FI on it. So
yeah, that's awesome. And then your family team at home, who are those folks?
So yeah, we're gonna spool test or we're backing out. So, so back at home, like the reason that I get to do this, the reason I have my wiring business is because of my wife. Holds down the fort, takes care of my kids, which are 6 and 8, so they're a handful. And like I said, kind of runs the homestead. Even when I'm home, she's taking care of so much stuff. So that makes so much of this possible.
Well, and because owning your own business and doing that, I'm sure there's a lot of hours that you put into that.
Yeah, somebody posted a meme the other day, and it was like, owning your own business is like having the best 5 minutes of your life and the worst 5 minutes of your life alternating throughout the course of the day. And there are a lot of days that sums it up for sure.
That's awesome. And then you got somebody at home too?
Yeah, so my girlfriend Christy, she is my rock. We work on this car together. She helps me with, taking engines in and out, holding wrenches, holding the part up so I can tighten it up. She's just totally willing to hang out in the garage and just support me, keep me company as I work on the car. So couldn't do it without her.
That's awesome. Well, you guys are lucky to have that at the house for sure, and all the folks involved in the build and everything like that. So, all right, guys, good luck this week.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.